Let's start with the first one up, and that is the Indianapolis Colts at Detroit Lions. Colts 4-2, 1-2 on the road. Lions 3-3, 0-2 at home. See what we are dealing with here. Colts open up as 2.5-point favorites, and that's where they stand right now. The first couple threes have jumped on the board. This total opens up at 50.5 and is now at 50. Cash action bets coming in on the Lions plus 2.5 and the under 50. Colts coming off their bye week. Last saw them 2 weeks ago in their 31-27 comeback win at home over the Bengals. Rivers went 29-44 for 271 yards, 3 TDs, 1 pick. Marcus Johnson, 5 passes for a career-high 125 yards, second 100-yard game of his career. Trey Burton, 4 for 58 and 1 touchdown. And T.Y. Hilton is, Dan saying, is in the game in Detroit. Yes, Indianapolis Colts at Detroit Lions. The Lions are 0-2 at home. Trey Burton, 4 for 58, 1 TD. And T.Y. Hilton continues to be a no-show. 1 catch for 11 yards. He's just doing nothing. Jonathan Taylor, 12 carries for 60 yards. He did have 4 receptions for 55 yards. Darius Leonard missed his second straight game, and he is so crucial to this defense. So Leonard not in the lineup 2 weeks ago. Will he be back in the lineup after the bye? Offensive tackle Chaz Green, tight end Mo Alley Cox are all listed as questionable. Lions coming off 23-22 win at Atlanta. They were helped out by the idiocy of the Falcons. We already went over that. Stafford 25-36 for 340 yards, 1 TD. The running game was very weak. Adrian Peterson, 11 for 29 yards. DeAndre Swift, 9 for 27 yards. Kenny Golladay had a monster day, 6 catches for 114 yards. Marvin Jones, 5 for 80. And Desmond Trufant, Miles Killebrew, both missed last week, are still listed as questionable. Bebsy, first game on our Sunday card. Colts, Lions, take it away.
To me, this just feels like an easy Colts play. I like them coming off the bye. I like them rested, getting healthy, getting Darius Leonard back. That O-line is getting healthy, and I think they're a well-coached football team. Well-coached football teams coming out of the bye are very exciting, especially against not-so-good football teams. I don't see the Lions winning again here against a slightly better opponent. Quite a bit better opponent. This, to me, just feels like an easy play, especially – I'm seeing 2.5s here. That to me just screams Colts.
I at first I agree, but then I start getting these flashbacks of the Colts playing terrible. The first game of the year they lose to the Jags. They're down 21-0 to the Bengals.
We talked about that Jag game, and I think that was just people completely underestimating the Jags. They were a healthier football team then. We all know what Minshew does when nobody respects him. He puts up points. But this Colts team has gotten stronger, I think, as the season goes on. They figured out right away, do not put the ball in Rivers' hands. And I do think they ride Jonathan Taylor. I think that's got to be the game plan. You have those big hogs on that offensive line. Run the ball behind him. Let your defense get the job done. I just don't see Detroit being able to keep up with them in this one.
Yeah, they're 0-2 at home. Something is holding me back because the Colts are just so bad when I expect them to be so good. Do we know the Czar is saying Darius Leonard is back? Does anybody else have that information? Anybody else know if he's actually back? Do we have any practice reports? Dennis Garcia says, what about Detroit early? They always seemingly score first and Indy could be a little rusty off the bye. Dan Kelly says, just bet Phil Rivers throw an interception. Yes. And Ron Crawford is on the Colts minus 2.5. So that's good company if you're on a move with Ron Crawford. Charlie Chip says, let's be honest, Lions would be minus 5.5 wasn't for their lucky win in Atlanta, Michigan. 5.5, I think the Lions are a team that I want as an underdog, but not that I don't want as a favorite. Mr. Funmonk says, I like Detroit. I'm seeing their momentum carry over from their late victory, unless Indy being healthier is the key, but off of a bye, they should be healthy. Well, Bebsy, do you want me to line shop for you on odds.com, all the licensed American books?
Yes, sir.
All right. We have our first play on the card from our Bebsy, and I'm close. I'm close to jumping on. I can completely understand the ideology here. All right, let's see what you are getting. And the 2.5s are juiced. Wow, the 2.5s are almost gone. You have a minus 2.5 at minus 120 at BetMGM and bets and PointsBet.
Well, let her rip, baby.
All right, Bebsy's in minus 2.5 at minus 120. Let me just see if I can, and that's at BetMGM. Let me see if I can beat that for you at Bet365 here. And I can. I can get you minus 2.5, minus 115 at Bet365. So let me give you that. Bet365. All right, I can understand you making that move. I'm interested in it.
I just think the Colts have a strong defense, a stellar offensive line, and a run game. And as long as they do not put the ball in Phillip Rivers' hands, their defense and their running game coming off of the bye can win this game.
Pie Guy says, I like the under in this game. Dennis Garcia says, feels like a good teaser spot, Detroit +8. And he also says 50 seems a tad high. What do you think of this total sitting at 50 if Darius Leonard's back in action?
I agree. I think if anything, this is them slogging it out. So I like the under here. I'm not sure if I'm jumping on it right away, but this does feel like a good, strong spot for an under.
It does with our man Al Cervic in the house. It does feel like a spot. I'm not going to sit here and hum and haw, but I like Bebsy's look. I like it. So I'm put a couple asterisks there. And I think the under makes sense. See what the market is telling us about this. See if people are moving on this under here. Here we go. Money coming in on the over, 58% of the couch, 66% of the tickets, and yet it's dropped from 51 to 50. And Dan Kelly saying 0-2 at home means nothing in the time of COVIDity. Okay, I think both of those are interesting. And do you think that
I almost think the only thing you could look at right now with home and away teams is extended travel, because really nobody's making enough noise to ruin the other team's offense. So home and away is sure it's still a factor, but it is not what it normally is, and you can't really, aside from travel and especially travel in short weeks, I don't think you could put a ton of stock into home and away right now.
And do you think the defensive shortcomings that were clearly evident in that game against the Bengals are fixed with Darius Leonard back in the lineup?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think anything is completely fixed, but losing a guy like Leonard and getting him back is just such a huge lift when you have such an impact player, when you have a guy who really just makes huge plays, shows up all over the field. Yeah, that's, you take a star off of any defense and it's noticeable immediately.
And can I get any last minute info on Darius Leonard? Yeah, they're expecting him to be in the lineup. Okay.
Is Hooker back as well? I thought he was out.
Malik Hooker's done. I thought he was done for the year.
Yeah, so did I.
Steel Curtain says he's back. I thought Malik Hooker was done for the year. Sorry, that's extremely important. Why did I think he was done for the year, Malik Hooker? Yeah, he has an Achilles injury. Oh yeah, it's just a torn meniscus.
Oh, is that all?
Oh no, he's done for the season with torn Achilles. Okay, let's stop that. I know who brought up Hooker, but no, he's done for the year. Okay, I think that if I get a little bit more information on Darius Leonard, I will pull the trigger on the Colts and the under. And I think that it's fine to wait for that because he's that important to me.
Yeah, and I do really like that under. I'm a little bit apprehensive about it right now. I might, by the end of the show, want to jump on that.
All right, let's keep rolling. Nasty Nate in the house. Great to see you, Nasty Nate. And Mr. Funmonk says Everson Griffin was traded from Dallas to Detroit today. Yeah, I should have put that in the notes. Thank you.